there, what you doing?
Oh, hey there, Anna. I'm just working on my screenplay and done.
Nice. What's it about?
Well, I'm glad you asked. This script, well, it's gonna change the movie industry. So it's about a group of scientists that get invited to a Caribbean island that has a theme park. But this theme park, well, it's running into some issues. I don't want to spoil it too much, but all the animals on this island, well, they've been cloned by
dinosaurs.
No, not dinosaurs. They've been cloned by squirrels. Yeah, they've been cloned by squirrels.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right. So moving on, the scientists go on a tour of this island and they learn a ton of information. And then they find out that the squirrels were cloned by using DNA from
Amber.
No, her name wasn't Amber. It was Linda. Yeah, they were cloned from DNA from Linda.
This sounds to me like Steven Spielberg wrote and directed this.
Oh, well, thanks, Anna. Steven Spielberg wrote and directed a lot of really amazing films. I'm honored.
That's not what I mean. I mean, it sounds like you just rewrote Jurassic Park.
I didn't rewrite Jurassic Park. I do love that movie, but this is different.
There. I mean, it was a really good script when it was written the first time.
You know what? Ignore my script, okay? We're just gonna focus on today's episode, which is all about script writing. And we're hoping to show you everything you need for your very first screenplay. You ready?
I'm ready.
Let's do this.
Lights, camera, action, film, labs, fog labs, camera.
Gotcha.
I'm introducing
Anna!
Michael. Where's Anna?
Lights.
Introducing
Mitch! Say what again?
lights, camera, action, film, labs,
Laboratorium. It doesn't matter. It's in the past.
And that's a wrap, everybody.
Before a script can be written, well, you're gonna need a story idea. And story ideas can come from many different sources. Movies, well, they've been made from books, radio songs, television shows, even plays, and a ton of other original ideas.
Okay, so writing a book is kind of like writing a screenplay.
Sort of, but not really. You know what? Let's take a deeper look into what screenwriting really is.
film, labs.
So script writing, or screenwriting, is the process of writing stories in the screenplay medium. Script writing is writing down the movement, actions, expression, and dialogue of characters in screenplay format. The process of writing a novel, a poem, or an essay is entirely different than script writing. The process of screenwriting, well, it's the constant reminder that you're writing for the screen.
Wow. Okay, so you can't just shoot a movie using a book. You have to use it shooting a screenplay?
Yes, oftentimes books will get adapted into screenplays because we need it written for the screen. Books, they're actually written for our imagination. They're not written to be shown on a screen. This is getting a bit confusing, so why don't we take a closer look at a script?
Film labs.
And here we have a script. We start with the scene heading, which is a one-line description of the location and time of the day. Next, we have the scene number. This is generally only numbered in the shooting script. Then action, the description of the actions that are happening in the scene. Then the transition. This is used as a transitional instruction, but it's just for the editor during post-production. Then we have character. This identifies the character who is currently speaking. The extension next to it, well, this clarifies where a character is when they can't be seen on the screen. VO stands for voiceover. Dialogue, well, this is your character's lines. These are the lines of speech your character says. Parenthetical, well, this provides info on how the actor should say the line. Right now, we have it into the phone. Intercut, this is instructions when cutting to multiple locations. And subheader, used when there are minor changes in a location. And shot, this indicates the camera angle or movement in a scene.
Film laboratorium.
And there you have it. That is a script. It really does help to break it down and see how the script is formatted and written for the screen. But we're still missing a ton of information, especially when it comes to story arcs and character development. But luckily, I know just who to call.
Ooh.
Yep, his name is Dan Perry, and he is a master at writing. Why don't we give him a ring?
Let's do it.
Awesome.
Hey, Film Labs, thanks for having me. I'm Dan, and I have a Master's of Fine Arts in Drama.
So Dan, what's a film script?
So I tend to think of a film script as more akin to like a blueprint. So it's really the document that the filmmakers are looking at, and they're trying to take the story from the page and turn it into the movie. So it's really telling the story, and it shows the dialogue, which is what the characters are saying, but it also gives us the actions.
Oftentimes, during pre-production, you write your script. Why is this an important step?
I think you're going to want to plan out your movie before you make it. And so that's why I say it's more like a blueprint, because it's your plan. And if you were shooting a movie, let's say you have a scene that takes place in a barn, and then you have another scene that takes place in a supermarket, and then you come back to the barn. Well, you don't want to shoot the barn one day and then go to the supermarket and shoot that another day and then come back and shoot the barn. You want to shoot the barn scenes all together. You want to shoot the supermarket scenes all together. And then in post-production, in your editing process, that's when you're going to like put those scenes where they need to go in order. So it's really more efficient if you have a plan and you can do it that way. And movie making can cost money, right? So you want to make sure that you're using your time effectively and efficiently.
So what are the important parts about the screenplay format?
The big parts that you want to pay attention to when you're breaking down your script or when you're writing your script is who's there and what are they doing and what are they saying, right? Because those are kind of the bare bones of a script. That's really all you need. And then the big question, I suppose, is where are they and when are they, right? So if you think about writing a story, if you're writing a short story in class or something like that, you need to explain all of those things, right? You need for the reader so that they can understand the setting and they can understand where you are and they can understand when it's happening. But if it's in a movie, the camera's going to do that work for you. The camera's going to show you. So you just need to tell the director, this is inside the studio and it's daytime, and then we'll know, right? We'll see that on the camera. Yeah.
All right, Dan, we're kind of curious. What about the story and the characters inside of a script?
Yeah, I always think of it as, so your protagonist is your main character, and the protagonist wants something. So the beginning is about the protagonist determining that they want something and them going out and trying to find that thing. And then if they can just go and get it, it's not much of a story. There needs to be some obstacles in the way. So I tend to think of it as, okay, so what does the protagonist want and why can't they go and get it? And then it becomes sort of that fun job of dropping obstacles in their way and letting them try to figure out how to get around it or over it or under it until finally the climax is, do they get the thing or don't they get the thing? Do they get something else that they maybe didn't anticipate? And did they learn something along the way? And how are things different at the end, right? So I do think of it as beginning, middle, end, but I also think of it as who's your main character and what is it they want? What's their big desire that they're pursuing? And then why can't they get it? How are they going to try to get it? And what obstacles do they have to overcome along the way?
So Dan, what are some, tips for writing scripts?
So I think sometimes we try really hard, at least I did when I first started writing, to make it perfect. And I was really concerned about the formatting and all that stuff. And I think sometimes that gets in the way of the creativity. So I think ultimately you want to make sure that you're having fun. And so if you find like you have a group of friends that are interested in making a movie with you, then the most important thing is that you're having fun together and making your movie together. But if you do want to write your script and so that you have a plan to then maybe kind of sit down together and make a storyboard or something like that before you make your movie, I think that's always a great idea. And the big thing to focus on, I think, is the dialogue and the actions, right? So if you know what your character wants, the dialogue should help them try to get it in some way, right? So if the main character, let's say they're trying to sneak downstairs to get a can of Coke out of the fridge, and mom and dad have said you're not allowed to have Coke today or something, like everything they do should be about them trying to get that can of Coke, right? So I would think about those things as you start writing. What is it that character wants? And then really don't worry so much about the formatting, because ultimately the audience isn't sitting there with the script going, well, the script says this, but the filmmaker ended up making this. Like, it's just a place to start, right? And so, yeah, I would write your story and then know that it's a starting place, and then probably get together with some friends, you can make it with an iPad or you can make it with an iPhone or something, right? So just get started making a movie. And I do think having a quiet space to write works for some people. I think other people work really well writing with other people, right? So if you just have a Google Doc and you set that up with your friend and you can both collaborate on it, I've seen that work really well. Where people just I write my lines and you write your lines, and then we get to, kind of have that conversation online, and then we go and turn that into a movie. I think that can be a great way to do things. I think there's lots of times where people will just set up you have an audio recorder app on your phone or whatever, and you can set that on the table, have a conversation, and then use that dialogue that you have, and that becomes your part of your script, right? That can be the inspiration for your script. Listening to how other people talk and trying to kind of capture the way, different characters speak in different ways, right? So dialogue, you don't have to pay as much attention to grammar and spelling and those kinds of things as you do with when you're writing a short story, for example, because we don't speak in perfect sentences. And so I would say pay attention to those things and try to capture those things when you're writing. So thanks so much for having me. I hope you took something from it. I hope it's valuable for you and inspiring for you. I hope you get to go and write your own stories and make your own movies. It's really fun. And I can't wait to see what people come up with. And in fact, I was thinking, what if I sent you this script that I've written, and maybe you at Film Labs could turn it into a movie?
Boy, does he know a lot of information. No wonder they call him the master of writing.
Yes, and I was wondering why these came in the mail.
These are Dan's scripts. I told him that he should email them, but he still continues to send things over this way via snail mail. But that's okay, we got them. These are the blueprints, and we are going to make the product. So what do you say today on the testing zone that we take these scripts and we turn them into a film?
Let's do it, I can't wait.
Awesome, all right, let's go.
in the labs.
I was having a great day up until this point. Hello? The thing is, I don't even live here. Mom?
No, your mom's not home right now.
Who are you?
I was just clearing out some stuff for your mom. She told me to swing by. You must be Avery.
Yep, that's me. Nope.
Cool. Well, that's the last of it, so I'll be going. Nice boots.
Thanks. Sorry, what did you say your name was?
Where are my manners? My name's Jay.
Jay.
Yeah, like the bird.
And where did you meet my mom?
Yoga class.
Yoga class.
What? I don't look like I do yoga?
You don't seem like the type.
Of course I do yoga. I love it. It's calm, I keep centered, and it's great for the hip flexors.
I know it's stupid, but there was no way I was letting him pass the front door.
Anyways, like I said, that's the last of it. So,
My mom should be home any minute. You don't want to stop and say hello?
no, not today, but I just can't. I don't mean to be rude, but I just can't stay. So, what's your deal, kid?
Actually, here, let me get that for you.
Thanks.
And that's when the cops showed up.
I swear, I know her from yoga.
You see, I made a big mistake. Avery's mom did actually meet him in yoga class.
Hi, I'm Avery's mom. I am so sorry about this whole thing. The whole thing is just
Big misunderstanding.
yes, exactly, a misunderstanding. You see, Anna thought that Jay was breaking in, and so she was trying to keep him busy until the cops came.
Right. And I'm Avery.
Labs.
Well, I had so much fun today.
Me too. This episode was a blast, and you were awesome. A superstar.
Well, thank you.
And we want to say thanks to Dan. Thanks for sending over these amazing scripts and allowing us to produce them and, well, make our own short films. We also want to say thanks to you for watching and enjoying all of this content. Today, we learned all about script writing, and we hope that you can apply some of this to your own filmmaking.
Yes, and if you have made a script and made a mini movie or something about it, we would really, really, really like to see it.
That's a great idea. We do want to see what you're creating. So please upload it to YouTube or social media and hashtag the Film Labs. Again, my name is Mitch.
My name's Anna,
And we're the Film Labs.
Film laboratorium.
So, writing a screenplay is kind of like writing a book.
Yes, sort of. It's a lot to do with the story and script writing, well, the process of. Okay. Okay. Good take, friend. Left me hanging, left me hanging. Okay, let's do that one more time. That was a first take, guys.
And we still had your phone in the scene.
Ah! All right, here we go. Are we rolling here? Yeah, we're rolling. Okay.
Guys, these things are so delicious. This is not going to be in,
Excuse me.
forget what it's called, but in frame, yeah. But it's a whole invert thing.
It's
a Tootsie
bubble
Roll.
gum.
No, it's not.
Oh, it's a Tootsie Pop.
Bowl.
It's a Tootsie Pop.
It's a Tootsie Pop. And the pink ones, it looks red in this, but the pink ones are the best. The best. So, get yourself one right now if you're watching this at Halloween or sometime that you got candy.
The candy. Get your candy. Okay. So.
And Starburst, those are.
Okay. So before a script can be. Okay.
In 2 spots,
Okay.
too.
I'm Dan Perry, and I have a Master's of Fine Arts in Drama. I'm like Cher. I'm Cher.
Yeah.
I'm Dan Perry, and I have a Master's of Fine Arts in Drama.
Not this man. This
Ready?
male.
Spaghetti. Wow. What a bunch of great information. I knew he was a master at writing.
Yeah, he really is. But that also solves my case.
Sorry. I had to. The same thing happened last time. I had to cough. I coughed. I was holding it. It got itchy.
Just drink your cardboard water.
Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. It was itchy.
Disgusting.
Okay. Sorry. One more time.
She asked me to swing by. You must be Avery.
Yeah. Okay.
I was waiting for you to
That's
turn.
okay. No, because I turn when you look, right?
Okay.
Okay. No.
Oh, yep, that's me.
Cool.
Well, that's the luck.
I didn't know if you were doing that first, and it was literally like.
Sorry.
Do you want me to like?
No, you can. Yeah, just go from.
Sorry.
Are you what's going on?
Sorry.
Remember, the beautiful thing about learning is that nobody can take it away from you. B.B. King said that. Bye!